Good morning, I'm Neva Manu, and this is your morning news fix for Wednesday, 17th of January. In this update, a prediction the Golri's Gutterman situation won't linger for the Green Party. After 3 allegations of shoplifting, Gutterman has resigned from Parliament, claiming work stress has affected her mental health. The police investigation is continuing. Independent political commentator Grant Duncan says it won't be the start to the year the party would have wanted.
But look, it is early in the year, and of course it's very early in the electoral cycle, so I would think that this will fairly soon be put behind them.
Another former Wellington mayor will fill the space on the green list left vacant by Gutterman's resignation. Celia Wade-Brown served as Wellington's mayor from 2010 until 2016. Andy Foster was elected to Parliament last year on New Zealand First's list. Delight over the decision to extend road user charges to EV and hybrid owners. The government's confirmed the exemption from road user charges will end from April. Thomas Rice has more.
Light EV owners will pay $76 for every 1,000 kilometres travelled. Plug-in hybrid drivers a reduced rate of $53 because they also pay fuel excise duty on petrol. Motor Trade Association Chief Executive Lee Marshall says this levels the playing field and will help our roads to get more much-needed maintenance.
Water restrictions are in full swing with a ban on sprinklers as the Wellington region braces for a summer shortage. Porirua, Wellington, Lower Hutt and Upper Hutt all face level 2 restrictions, banning outdoor sprinklers and irrigation systems for residential properties. Dairy prices have risen again at the latest global dairy trade auction overnight. Overall prices are up 2.3% on 2 weeks ago, the 4th rise in a row. The all-important whole milk powder price is up 1.7%. The skim milk powder price is up 1.2%. Growing concerns among GPs that the government won't cover the increased costs of the nurses' pay equity claim. The Nurses Organisation launched its primary practice pay equity claim against general practice employers early last month. The General Practice Owners Association has been made aware of 50 practices who are concerned the claim will be settled but not fully funded. Chief Executive Mark Liddle says the hospital nurses are government employees, so when the claim was settled, the funding was sure to follow, but for GPs, it's uncertain. Secondary school students, relax. That's the advice ahead of the release of NCEA results today. New Zealand scholarship results will be available online in about 3 weeks. Umbrella Wellbeing clinical psychologist Dougal Sutherland says it can feel like the results will have big consequences for life.
I think many of us who have gone through that period know that actually probably the consequences for later life aren't as big as you might think they are when you're 16 or 17.
In sport, the New Zealand women's hockey team will miss attending an Olympics for the first time in 28 years after losing 1-0 to the United States at their qualification tournament in India. The first round of the Australian Tennis Open is complete. Iga Swiatek, Emma Raducanu, Casper Ruud and Carlos Alcaraz were among those to advance on the third day. The government will support the inaugural Women's British and Irish Lions Tour to New Zealand in September 2027 with $3.9 million in taxpayer funding. I'm Neva Manu. That's your latest news fix, and we'll be back with the next update at midday from the Newstalk ZB newsroom.